In early 2025, the world turned its eyes once again toward Burkina Faso, but not because of conflict, because of a bold economic decision that no one saw coming. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the young leader of the transition government, had just announced a sweeping ban on the export of key natural resources. Gold, manganese, and several agricultural staples were suddenly off the international market. Critics, both inside and outside the country, sounded the alarm. Was this isolationism? Economic suicide? But Traoré remained silent in the days following. No media tours. No explanations. Just action. Glow showing Africa the context behind the ban. Burkina Faso, though rich in gold and fertile land, has long remained economically fragile. Foreign companies, often under lopsided agreements, extracted minerals with little benefit returning to local communities. For years, the people of Faso watched trucks filled with wealth leave their lands while they remained in poverty. Under Traoré's leadership, a new vision took shape, not just military reform or anti-imperialist rhetoric, but economic sovereignty. The export ban, many soon discovered, was not meant to punish the global market. It was a strategic pause, a way to force internal industrialization. By halting raw exports, Traoré aimed to push local industries to process, refine, and add value to their own resources. Building Construction's a plan for local growth. Not long after the ban, a wave of domestic projects was announced. Local gold refineries under construction with joint African investment. Grain transformation plants to end dependence on imported food products. Agro-processing hubs planned in the cotton-rich West. Partnerships with neighboring African nations to build shared regional markets rather than relying on Europe or China. Traoré's message was simple but powerful. We are no longer exporting poverty. We are building wealth here at home. Speech balloon. The world reacts. At first, international media called it reckless. Some even predicted economic collapse. But then came the African support. Mali, Niger, and Guinea expressed solidarity. Young African leaders praised the move, seeing it as a blueprint for Pan-African resilience. Even skeptics began to rethink. Burkina Faso's economy didn't crash. Instead, it started to transform from within. Balance scale, the risks, and the reality. Of course, the road wasn't smooth. Prices surged locally for a time. The business elite, many with ties to foreign firms, pushed back. But Traoré's government held firm. In villages like Tenkodogo and Gorom Gorom, farmers and miners began seeing new buyers, local cooperatives backed by the state and Pan-African allies. Women-led agribusinesses were receiving funding for the first time. Something was changing, not just in economics, but in national dignity. Brain the bigger picture. Traoré's ban wasn't just economic, it was philosophical. It asked a simple but powerful question. Why should Africa always sell the raw and buy back the refined? By turning that question into policy, Traoré did what few leaders dared, disrupt the model and start building a new one. Endero, final message for your audience. What happened in Burkina Faso wasn't just about gold or grain. It was about reclaiming control, rewriting old contracts, and daring to imagine Africa as the final product, not just the supplier. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's export ban may have seemed radical, but in hindsight, it might just be the beginning of Africa's economic independence.